If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post a new Tom Brady video every day. G'day everyone. So Bruce Arians has come out firing at Rich Ohrnberger for his tweet about Arians taking a figurative red marker and slashing through the game plan that Brady and Leftwich worked on. And it's caused a massive rift between Brady and Arians. Now, in response to this, Ohrnberger's come out and doubled down on his tweet by citing he has impregnable source. First, let's recap what happened, and then I'll talk about what this impregnable source is.
He tweeted this morning, heard some interesting things recently. The Tom Brady and Bruce Arians honeymoon was over in Tampa. The retirement announcement wasn't because of the trouble seeing eye to eye on the offensive game planning, but the relationship was souring. He went on to say apparently while Arians was rehabbing the Achilles in the early mornings, offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich and Brady would work on the week's game plan. Arians would then come in later, take a red pen when they were done, and they felt undermined, and there was tension.
Yeah. I mean, there was tension the year they won the Super Bowl. There was tension. They were, I mean, it was Bruce is very much off the cuff, which is I love about him. Mm-hmm. That's why he dabbled in broadcasting. He's not going to hold things in. But I do think, as much as Brady can handle hard coaching, I don't think taking shots at Tom. You know, no star wants that. Not that you can't do it, but listen, we all know you get to be a superstar Hall of Famer. You don't want people taking shots at you. Media is different. Nobody cares about what we think, but a coach, that's different.
When I say can't, you mean for the relationship. If you want the relationship to be well, it's not what you're going to do. But this also makes me think that maybe Tom Brady comes back. Maybe he's not fully done with the retirement if it was just in Tampa Bay.
Now, I want to be fair to Coach Arians because he's come out and emphatically denied everything Ohrnberger said.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach Bruce Arians is firing back on all reports that say that he and Tom Brady's relationship was, quote, souring prior to Brady's retirement. That was the last straw for Bruce Arians. To Rick Stroud of the Tampa Bay Times, Arians said, quote, "First of all, I don't rehab my Achilles in the morning. I will go over the game plans and add things, but I don't delete anything. I don't have to because they do such a good job. I'll see some things, add some things. It's an awesome collaboration, one of the best I've ever been around."
And this is the tweet from Ohrnberger doubling down on what he said. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers handling of three-time NFL MVP, seven-time Super Bowl champion quarterback Tom Brady, offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich, and Tom Brady were reportedly responsible for the entirety of the offensive game plan. That's a little far-fetched. I just find that a bit hard to believe that both Brady and Leftwich was responsible for the entirety of the offensive game plan. Per my earlier report, head coach Bruce Arians would at times take red pen to that offensive plan, figuratively speaking, of course. There were apparently major disagreements between Leftwich and Brady on strategy, especially regarding the run game. At a certain point during 2021 season, Brady successfully seized control of the offensive game plan, adjusting play calls he didn't believe would work. Additionally, there was a feeling of resentment inside the building towards Arians. While others worked around the clock in Tampa to build a winner, head football coach Bruce Arians had a much lighter work schedule, per multiple impregnable sources. Okay, we'll talk about the multiple impregnable sources in a second. However, this is a pretty nasty tweet, especially that last part saying that Coach Bruce Arians had a much lighter work schedule than everyone else. That really attacks another man's work ethic and credibility. So I'm going to disagree with that. I think that's a bit of a shot and it shouldn't have been said. So how much credibility and kudos should we give Ohrnberger? Well, from Wikipedia, it shows that Ohrnberger was an offensive guard and was drafted by the Patriots. He played for the Pats for 3 years, from 2009 to 2011. So he definitely would know Tom Brady. Now, whether him and Tom are close, I'm unsure of, and I'm not willing to speculate. However, Ohrnberger seems to be close friends with A.Q. Shipley, the offensive assistant for the Bucs. So that's probably why Ohrnberger's claim of a feud between Brady and Arians has attracted as many eyeballs as it has. This doesn't mean it's true though. However, Ohrnberger is stating in his tweet that he's got this info from multiple impregnable sources. I mean, that's a really, really bold statement to make. Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk actually supports Ohrnberger. Let me just read what Florio wrote on Pro Football Talk. Ohrnberger may indeed have impregnable sources. Firstly, he played with Brady for 3 years in New England. While I'm not saying one of his sources was Brady, they clearly know each other and Brady would be an impregnable source. Second, the folks at joebucksfan.com have explained that Ohrnberger said on his radio show that he was talking to a guy who's pretty embedded with the Bucs, and that Ohrnberger played college football at Penn State with Buccaneers assistant coach A.Q. Shipley. How's the relationship between Ohrnberger and Shipley? A 2008 article in the Penn State school paper described Shipley as one of Ohrnberger's closest friends on the team. The following year, Ohrnberger posed as Shipley for a 15-minute conference call with reporters. Okay, for me, if that happened, then it seems like Ohrnberger and Shipley are pretty close for Ohrnberger to be able to do those sorts of pranks. Back to the article that Mike Florio wrote on Pro Football Talk. In 2018, Shipley appeared on Ohrnberger's radio show, and Ohrnberger opened the interview with this: "Teammate of mine, a guy who I love, this is one of my brothers." While it's considered taboo amongst reporters to guess their sources, this is Mike Florio talking, that's never stopped me. Ohrnberger isn't a reporter. Also, he opened the door to this kind of stuff by dropping bombs on Bucko Bruce and calling the sources impregnable. Look at it this way. Given the relationship between Ohrnberger and Shipley, common sense suggests that even if Ohrnberger didn't hear it first from Shipley, he surely would have run it by him. We can choose to believe or not believe whatever we want. I believe Ohrnberger, that's Mike Florio speaking. As noted last night, I also believe Arians protested Ohrnberger's claim just a little too much. Okay, I disagree with Florio's last line there. I mean, if someone were to come at me with unfalse statements as harshly as Ohrnberger has against Arians, I would be lashing back and I would be fighting as hard as I could against it as well. So that comment there, I don't agree with Mike Florio. To be honest, guys, I don't know what to believe. And even though it's reasonable to assume that the multiple impregnable sources of Ohrnberger is probably Brady or A.Q. Shipley, and Mike Florio does make some logical points in what I've just read to you guys there, I don't like it when journalists don't name their sources. I understand they have to protect those sources, but for me, that only works if the journalist has proven to be of high integrity. And Ohrnberger has obviously stuffed up a little with his tweet about the Chiefs quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, telling his fiancée and brother not to attend games because of their in-stadium antics. And Ohrnberger did back off after he realized that he was fooled by that. So he may have these impregnable sources, but he did get fooled. So right now, I'm still going to give Bruce Arians the benefit of the doubt. However, as the saying goes, where there's smoke, there's fire. So I'm not going to dismiss what Ohrnberger has said entirely. I'm going to wait to hear more because I'm pretty sure this is not the last time we're going to hear this. That's it for this video. I post a new Tom Brady video every day, so please like and subscribe. That way you'll always have a new Tom Brady video to watch every single day.